Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Every year, thousands of women come through the doors of the Fistula Hospital. This specialist centre treats a debilitating childbirth injury that affects more than 2 million women worldwide. The challenge each day is to restore hope and dignity to women who thought they'd lost everything.
In such patients, the outcome usually not good.
Come on, my special.
One of the most challenging patients at the Fistula Hospital is 22-year-old Rabab.
She came to us about 2 years ago now, and she was in a terrible plight. Her mother carried her through the gate. Her knees were literally under her chin. She had been curled up in the fetal position for so long on the floor.
In fact, Rabab had not moved for 7 years.
That is this one. And this is really completely ankylosed. This one is better. This one, Turilla?
አላውቀውም የጋን ጊዜ በጣም ደካማ ነበርኩኝ ራሱ ሰውነቴ ሁላ ፍጅት ተውሏል ደካማ ነበር አላየዋቸውም አላስተውላቸውም ደካማ አሁን ነው ማስተዋል የጀመርኩኝ አሁን 2 አመት በኋላ እንጂ ሰው አለኝ
Like many girls in rural Ethiopia, Rabab married at puberty and soon found herself pregnant.
እርጉዝነው ራሱ ክብድ ብሎ እንዳለ በጣም እንትን ብሎኝ ነበር መሄድ ያቃተኝ ነበር ሆስፒታል እንደዚህ አዲስ አበባ አውቁም አልተሰማም በእኛለ
And she was a young girl when she started labour. She was 14 and she had an obstructed labour which lasted 3 or 4 days, and she delivered a stillborn baby eventually. Then this little girl found that she was pouring urine, pouring feces into the bed, and her plight was so desperate. She was very ill. She lay in a little hut with her mother helping her on the floor, a mat on the floor.
ትዝም ይለኝ ነገር የለም ግን እግዚአብሔር የለቅ አንዱ ሀርገ ፍትፈጣይ ወይስ ለምን ፈጠርከኝ እንደዚህ አርገህ አሰው በተያሪ አውላ ምን ያረግልህ አለኝ ምኝታ እንደዚህ ሊተቃን ምን አርጌ ነው ያልኩ ነው ምለምን እንጂ
It was difficult for Rabab's family to help her cope with the shame and isolation. Eventually, her mother heard that if she could get Rabab to the Fistula Hospital, she might be cured.
She was completely stiff, her joints had become ankylosed, her hips and her knees and her ankles, and her little body was as thin as anything. She hadn't been eating because she said, every time I eat, I have the bowel contents in the bed. So she was literally skin and bones. I remember her little leg was just like a little chicken's leg. I could get my finger and thumb round it easily.
በጣም ይሰማኛል ተዋዚው ለምመጣ ይሄን ያህል ጊዜ ይፈጅብኝ ነበር ያል በጣም ቃወሰ
Every day, the Fistula Hospital deals with patients whose self-esteem has been destroyed. Sister Bele is a psychiatric nurse who tries to keep the women's spirits up and looks after their mental health.
እንቅልፍተኛሉ ይሄ በውስጡ የነበረው የሐዘን ስሜትስ ምን ያህል ታሽሎታል ባንዴ አይጠፋም ጣሉት በጣም ግሩም በቃ ይሄ ነው አሁን ትልቁ ነገር እርሶ ሐሳቡን መጣሉ ነው የሚረዳውት በቃ ትልቁ ነገር ይሄ ነው
In the mornings we do the round. If we find anybody sitting or lying in bed in sorrow, in tears or in whatever form, we keep on counseling them at the spot.
You know, most of our patients, the husbands might have abandoned them, they have divorced them, so they come alone sometimes because of the, you know how it is, the urine, the stool, it smells. So people, hate these people sometimes, these patients. We ask them also what they expect from our hospital. And then they say to be cured. Cure depends on how far the trauma is so severe. Sometimes it is not possible to cure a patient with fistula. We have to prepare her psychologically, to accept, even if the cure rate is not there, she should accept and try to live on that. የታለች የለችም? The problem with our patients are, they don't stay at one place. They are mobile. ራሄልን ጥሪያት። ራሄል ቶሎ በይ በያት። ምን ሆነሽ ነው? ንገሪኝ። ምን ሆነሽ? እንዴት ነው ክፉ የሆነው? ምን ክፉ ሆነ? እስቲ ንገሪኝ። ሰገራና ሽንት ነበር። አሁን አንድ ላት እንሰጣችሁ፣ አንድ ላት ደግሞ አሰሩኝ ነው የብቻ በዚህ ነው። አይዞሽ። ይኸውልሽ ሌላው ደግሞ ምን እንደሚያሳዝነው ታውቂያለሽ? ሌላው ምን እንደሚያሳዝነው ታውቂያለሽ? ጭራሽ አይሰራም። ወደ ሀገርሽ ግቢ ቢባል ደግሞ በጣም የበለጠ ያሳዝናል። አሁን አንቺ ይሰራልሻል ነው የተባለው አይደለ? አይዞሽ፣ ይጨንቃል። አይዞሽ፣ እሺ በይ። እንደዚህ አይንሽ እንደዚህ፣ እሺ አታልቅሽ፣ በቃ እሺ። እናንተ ስታለቅሱ እኛም እንባችን ይመጣል፣ እናንተ ስትስቁ ሳቃችን ይመጣል። Our work is a heartbreaking job. The lady whom I talked to now, she is distressed, to accept, what's going on to happen to her was not easy. So in this situation, we have to do repeated counseling to these patients so that, at least we stabilize them psychologically before they undergo the operation. That's our job.
በደል ስለበዛ ነው። በጣም ነው የተበደልኩት። እንግዲህ ልጁ ከመጠን የመቶ ሲለገጥ ያንን ግድ በግድ በብረት አውጥተው ስለጣሉትኝ ተበድያለሁ። በጣም ወደዚህ ብርቱ ነው፣ ከባድ ነው ያለው። አዚ ደግሞ ብላቸው እነሱ ደግሞ እንደዚህ ካሉኝ አንድ ቀን እንዳጀሸኝ ነው በእንሳራግፍ የነበር እንደዚህ ያሰሉኝ ጊዜ 25-year-old Keva Bush arrived at the hospital 2 days ago. Her last pregnancy ended in a 3-day labour and delivery of a stillborn child. Keva Bush suffered devastating injuries. Now she's waiting for an operation to cure her incontinence.
Operationi godhame beeku borgana operationi ta'uu kan egaa.
Waa tokko sodaachisa waa tokko sitti dhagaa.
Nagaa.
Hin sodaanne namni hundaayyuu operationi taataa gisee jedhamu hin sodaata keessa isaa maaliif hin sodaanne akkamitti
rakkina koonatti dhagaame.
It has been a long wait for Keva Bush. She has no living children and she has been incontinent for the past 3 years. On her farming income, Keva Bush couldn't afford to travel to Addis. But a local health worker discovered her and eventually brought her to the hospital.
Bo'aan jiraadhe waggaa 3. Cophaan jiraadhe.
Long-term patient Rabab has had numerous procedures to repair her injuries, but she still has work to do.
ሌላማ አሁን ቀድም ገና ራሴን አልቻልኩም መስራት አልቻልኩም ያው ዙትራቢ መስራት መታከም ነው ገና
On a daily basis we were like focusing mainly on the releasing of the contractures on her hip and on her knee so that she will be back to able to do her activity of daily life. At least we want her to stand, we want her to walk by herself. And so we do different manipulation, different physio techniques so that she'll be strong and then be able to walk by herself without the walker. We are looking forward for that, yeah.
ድክም ይለኛል ለመሄድ ያው ደግሞ ቢደክመኝም መጨረሻውን ባበጀልኝ ይችን ብትር ለቀጭ ባንድ ምርኩዝ አርኩ እዚህ አብረን አላማረው
Keva Bush was confident yesterday, but this morning, as the operation draws near, her mood changes.
She's crying and I'm trying to reassure her, and now she's seeing her friends and the environment. I'm trying to make reassuring here.
For a woman like Keva Bush, who has rarely left her village, hospital can be an intimidating place. Sister Hannah sends for the psychiatric nurse on duty.
Amma kan si hojjetamu BBF no kan si hojjetamu rakkattee dhufte miti ammati fincaantu siyaa fincaan yaa'u kana fayyuu dhuftemi yoo attam ta'e fayyitare
መጣችሁ እንደ እናንተ ቡና the coffee is ready.
Sister Belay encourages her patients to gather for coffee and a chat in the hospital's traditional Ethiopian tukul.
You know, coffee is not only a drink. It has so many meanings. It is also a social gathering where our people get together, chat their problems, exchange news, and share whatever they have. It's not only for stimulating someone. We take for different reasons. So, it brought us together, as you see now. The nurses, the nurse aide, and the patients, that is why we love coffee.
ሄደሽ ለመምጣት ትምህርት ቤት ሄደሽ ለመመለስ ነው እኮ ለዚህ አመት ትምህርቱ ይቀራል አይ ምንድን መሰለሽ እኮ አሁን እኮ መጀመሪያ ያ ነገር እንትን ይባልና አንቺ ካልፈለግሽ እኮ ምን ጊዜም ተመልሶ ይዘጋል እሱ ለአመታትም አብረው ኖረው እንደገና ተመልሶም ይዘጋል እኮ ምንም ችግር የለም እሺ አስቢበት መቆያዬ
Makoya might need more time to accept that her only cure is to have a colostomy bag fitted. Meanwhile, in the operating theatre, the staff support has helped Keva Bush feel ready for her operation.
She has a big defect between her bladder and her genitalia. So she's leaking urine from that hole. Today we will close that big hole so that she's going to control her urine. When you see it in general, the damage is severe. So on outcome, when we see it, it may not be worst, but you cannot 100% guarantee that she will be cured.
The operation lasts for just over an hour. It's one of 20 that takes place at the hospital every week. But this isn't the end for Keva Bush.
She will stay in the hospital with catheter or bladder drainage to have the bladder at rest. During this time, we expect the bladder to heal. So after 2 weeks, we'll remove the catheter, and after removal, we may find the hole to be closed and she may be cured. Only thing is my worry is her urethra is short, and with that I don't expect 100% cure, but I expect some changes, a better change.
As Keba Bush sleeps off the operation, on another ward, Jalane has been given the all clear and is being discharged.
Jalane, come.
Since Jalane speaks a different language to the nurse, they must use an interpreter. This isn't unusual in Ethiopia.
ሶስት ወር ድረስ ከባል ጋር መተኛት ያው ክልክል ነው። 3 ወር እስከሚሞላሽ ድረስ ከህክምናሽ ከባልሽ ጋር ያው መተኛት አትችይም ማለት። እሺ ግን ምናልባት ግን ብታረግጂ ከዚህ በኋላ እንደስከዛሬ በማህፀንሽ አመጣሽ መውለድ አትችይም። በሆስፒታል ደረጃ በኦፕሬሽን ነው መውለድ የምትችይው ነገርያት። እሺና ይችን ካርድ እንሰጣታለን። እዚህ ብትመጣም ተመልሳ ወደዚህ ብትመጣም ምናልባት ችግር ካለ መምጣት ትችላለች። ከእንደገና ደግሞ ሌላ ሆስፒታል ቀደም እንደነገርናት ምናልባት ብታረግዝና ሌላ ሆስፒታል ብትሄድ ፊስቱላ እንደታከመች የምታሳይ ስለሆነች ይችን ካርድ በጥንቃቄ መያዝ እንዳለባት ንገሪያት። እና ውሃ ደግሞ በደንብ ጠጪ። ኩላሊት ውስጥ ጠጠር እንዳይፈጥር ውሃ በደንብ መጠጣት አለብሽ። እዚህ እንደምትጠጪው ቤትም ስትሄጂ ጠጪ ውሃ በደንብ። እና በቃ ነገ ጠዋት እናሳፍርሻለን። ችግር ካለ በማንኛውም ጊዜ መምጣት ትችያለሽ። አይዞሽ በርቺ በያት በቃ።
Patients like Janale are lucky to make it home at all. Up to 20% require further surgery. Yelanat is a former patient whose lingering problems mean she can't return to life in her village. She now works as a nurse's aide.
ዛይና እነሱን አግዛቸዋለሁ ማለት ነው። ታልሳይና መሰለው ጽዳት አጸዳለሁ፣ ድረስ እንቀይራለሁ፣ እድወጋለሁ። ሁሉንም በቃ ያካትታል ማለት ነው። እዛኛል ጋር ነጥፋለሁ፣ ቤት ነው ማለት ነው። ጽዳት እናጸዳለን በየሰዓቱ ማለት ነው። ግን መደቡ 3 ሰዓት ማለት ነው። ግን ተቆሸሸ በየደቂቃው ማለት ነው። ከጭቅላት በሽተኛ መርዳት እንዳለብን ያንን በጭቅላት ይዣለሁ ማለት ነው። ከዛ ከሱ ተምሬ ነርስ ሲሆን እሱ ይገባኛል፣ እኔም ስላለፍኩበት ማለት ነው። አልጋ የመኝታ ቤት የኔ እንግዲህ ይመስለን የሁሉንም ጸባይ ለምደን ስለምንኖረው እንደውም እስከምንገናኝ እንላለን፣ እንነፋፈቃለን ማለት ነው።
On the other side of the hospital, Rabab is waiting to find out if she's fit enough for what could be her final operation.
Now, relatively, she's in a very good condition. In a physio point of view, we're, assessing her, and she's able to walk, at least with a walker, and her mother strength is good, and the contracture is now much more, you know, she's not much more better. She doesn't have a very stiff knee or stiff hip, and then also her ankles are in a very good condition. So on physio aspect, we say that she's ready.
This lady, you see, even as I told you, she had osteoporosis, she has disuse atrophy, and also she had pathological fracture on her bone. One. The other is, you see, even when we do surgery, it was difficult also to open her leg and to do the surgery. Now the second surgery, we discussed this case among the medical team and our team, and within these 2 weeks, we'll gather and discuss on her, then we'll decide what to do for her within these 2 weeks.
We're not hopeful that we can ever cure her bladder because her bladder has shrunk up to the size of a thimble and it will never hold any urine. And she will just pour, even if we close the hole, it will still pour through the urethra, through the right place where it should come from. And so she may have to be with us for a long, long time and have to have a special operation which will divert the urine to another place. Like a colostomy bag, but it's for urine. But she can't really go back to her village. We need to watch these patients very carefully because she's probably got some renal damage from the long labour and all the difficulties she's had since. And so she will have to stay permanently somewhere in Addis Ababa.
ተመስገን እያልኩ ያው ብዙ ደስ ባይላይ ተመስገን ሀፊቱ ለውጥ ማግኘቴ ተመስገን ሙዘም ባላማ ደሞ ዝገበረ ያቆልኛል ባክሽ
It's now 11 days since Keva Bush had her operation.
እንዴት ነሽ? የኝ ሰረቺ ደህና ነሽ? ኦሮምኛና አማርኛ አከመም ፈይቴም ማረኮን ይጅራ ፍንጫኔያ She is happy and she is dry. Keva Bush is one of the lucky patients. When we remove catheter, we'll see if there is any residual problem like stress incontinence, overactive bladder, and so on. But on 11th day, when they are dry and even on walking, if there is no leakage beside the catheter, they usually get cured. Gammadera?
Gammadera.
Eh?
Gammadera. Asgain margadde chuma anachi ana duwat anjedaka. Ana duwatu ipatara anjed asgain mona manargi. Baay'ee saalfataa kophaa kootii
Iyyayyoo hojjetteettama gammaddee yeroo galtu maaluma hojjetta maal argattu
bishaan naqadhee minaan daakadhaqa
amraa'u
qoraan inni bu'adhaqa gabaan inni naqadhaqa durda qoran saalfadha'u
Most women arrive at the hospital soaked in urine, so to leave with a new, clean outfit is a real treat. Jalane is free to go home, but she still has a 3-hour car journey, followed by a 6-hour walk to her remote village. For someone who has never left home before, the journey back won't be easy. Ethiopia's limited infrastructure means that many women are unable to travel to the Addis Fistula Hospital in person. To accommodate this, the hospital provides outlying clinics in rural areas. Next time we travel to Yergalem, 5 hours from the capital, and meet the staff as they reach women who might never have found a solution to their plight.